Hello, we're back. Oh my goodness. Look what happened. I didn't even know if I should keep the first video entering because I recorded the first video last week. I had this like really long hair and everything. And then this happened to me. And then I was like, oh my God, should I even let that first video go in online? Because it hadn't gone online yet because I programmed it. And I was like, okay, oh well, things just happen and this is what, the channel is about anyway. So we're going to go through a lot of transformation hopefully in this channel since it's about living purposefully, and when you live with purpose, there's a lot of changes that takes place. So, anyway, how are you guys doing? I haven't been so good because this didn't happen on purpose. And that is a big deal to me. As you know, if I'm trying to live on purpose, I like things to um, follow that path. But unfortunately, not everything that happens to us, it's because of our desires or our way of seeing, what's our purpose. I do believe that there is a bigger purpose around everything that happens to us because I believe in God and I believe in a higher power. I mean, not saying that, okay, God made this accident happen to me in a hairdresser, in a hair salon, but maybe, if he allowed this to happen, it might be out of a purpose that he has in mind, for me. I prefer to think of things this way. But anyway, let me get to tell you what happened to me this week. Well, last Thursday was my birthday. And I was thinking about, I spoke to you guys about my transition to gray hair, but I saw a lot of other girls, ladies doing this, and they decided to transition with the help in a hair salon. So they would ask the hairdresser to, match the ends of their hair to the roots. So that's what I decided to do because I work with the YouTube. I have my image, well established, as an artist and everything. And there's this like branding thing happening. I didn't want to lose the hair. And actually, deciding to go gray was something that I had to like really think of because it does involve my branding. But a big transformation like cutting my hair like this would affect it much more than just like going gray, or whatever. At least I thought that. So I was gonna transition in a salon. And what happened is I thought that, since this was it had to do with the path of me, expressing myself and finding truth in myself. And, I thought that it was going to be a good idea to do it on my birthday because I just kind of always feel like around my birthday, I like to kind of like start over, it's like my new year. And that's what I was doing actually. So I thought it'd be a great idea, to go through this transformation and, going gray in my birthday, like really allowing myself to like age gracefully and everything. Well, anyway. So this is what I decided to do and it went wrong. I just recorded a whole entire video talking about it, everything that went wrong. It's in Portuguese. I'm not gonna go over all that again, but I'm gonna link here because at least the images you guys can, if you're really curious about the whole entire process, you can see the images. I'll just post like my before, like how I arrived at the salon and then how I got out of the salon. So basically, as you can see, it did not work. It did not work well for me that day. Now I'm laughing because yesterday I finally got this resolved and like I went to another salon, ended up that in this whole entire process, I was trying different ways not to need to cut my hair so short and like lose all the growth I had. Anyway, So I was trying. So this happened last Thursday, and today is Wednesday. So it's almost a week of this whole entire, process happening. And it was really stressful because, nothing that I tried to do to make it any better was working. So until I finally gave up and said, okay, just dye it dark and cut it off, so I can move on and now I can let it grow and start. Because if you look in the back, you will see that this part is still my natural, kind of like natural hair, because you can see even some grays on it a little bit. But this part is where they try to dye it blonde, like, I mean, it was supposed to be white, but it came out like what you saw. So this whole entire part of my head is really damaged, and I couldn't really do anything about it, and I had to cut it off. And we let this little bit, I'm looking over here because I have my monitor over here. We let this little bit of hair, just so I don't feel so naked, because this is how I feel right now. I feel naked, which is why I think I wanted, to put so much makeup on so I don't feel so naked. But, how does that relate to purpose and everything? Well, first of all, my whole entire transition to gray and my whole entire desire to make that change had a lot to do with purpose. With the purpose of discovering myself and the purpose of seeing reality, of my aging. How is it, what's really going on under, all those years of hair dye, discovering something new. So it's full of, purpose. And what ended up happening, I think, has a lot of purpose too, because of how I'm handling it. So, and I kind of felt strong, in a sense, like, where my mind was in, the peace of mind I had, because I mean, many, many years ago, I probably would not have reacted like that. I would have been very angry about the whole entire situation. And though, don't get me wrong, I got mad. I mean, I was more frustrated than mad. I was really frustrated because I really had a purpose with this and it didn't go anywhere. So I was really frustrated. It was like I was trying something and it went absolutely wrong. Plus, it's something that it happened to me a while ago, and it's actually one of the reasons I stopped going to hairdressers, because 3 years ago I got chemically cut. Is that how you say it? A chemical cut? I don't know how to say it, but in Portuguese is how we would say it. I got my hair highlighted and my hair didn't handle it, so it fell. And that happened like 3 years ago. So I had to cut my hair really short. But at the time, it's interesting because I wasn't that mad as I was this time. I wasn't that frustrated, is the best word. I was kind of like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this happened to me. But the next day I went over there and I cut my hair and it was fine. And I let go. But I think that this time it got me so frustrated because I had, a whole entire idea behind doing this. I had a whole entire purpose, really, with that. And so I was really frustrated this time because this happened. Plus, it was like the second time. So I felt, plus, it was the second time that this happened to me. So I felt really stupid. I kind of felt like, oh my God, how you couldn't see that this was coming? How come you didn't see that this was coming? Because this happened before. So how come you didn't see? You already did this before. And so I felt really stupid, actually. So now this is what we got, and you're gonna watch me go through this process. It's gonna be even more interesting for this channel, for the purpose of this channel, because this channel is all about change, all about purpose. And now I'm even closer to one of the changes I want to make in order to fulfill that, purposeful living, which is to see my gray hair. I'm not even saying that I'm gonna love it and continue wearing that gray hair forever, but at least I want to have the chance to meet that part of me. And if I look at it and I say, oh, okay, I looked at that part of you and I'm done with it now and I want to dye it again, that's okay. But before, I want to have that conversation. I don't want to, the reason why I decided to go gray was because once I was talking to my niece and she said, and she's young, she's 18, she dyes her hair black and she's blonde. And she said, oh, I'm thinking about dyeing my hair, not stop dyeing my hair. And I was like, that's a great idea. You have such a beautiful hair. And she will, and then at the end of the phrase, I said, you should definitely not dye your hair while you can. And I caught myself saying that and I was like, what do I mean? Like in my mind, I was like, what do you mean while you can? Because now I can't. So I was like, I can't not dye my hair, I can't because I have gray hair. So now I have to dye my hair. So that's what got me started in this whole entire thing. And I was like, that's silly, And this was another conditioning that I realized that I've been, having, that I was conditioned to think that I can't have gray hair. And so what I'm trying to say is that even if I go gray and even if I look at it after and I decide that it's not the way to go, at least I had that conversation with myself and I met that part of me and I'm doing it because I want to do it, not because, I can't do this. You know what I mean? So that's it. I think that this is gonna be a fun video for a fun second video because it's totally not expected and it made it even more interesting. So let's see how next week goes. I hope you guys have a wonderful time. I hope that you can live with purpose. I hope that you can find your true self and express that through your everyday life. Okay? Love you guys. Kisses. Bye bye.